Welcome to God with George Ortega. This is Saturday, May 1st, 2021 at 9:25 p.m. Eastern Time. This is episode number 139. I skipped 139 or didn't record. There's one episode that didn't record. I think it was a previous one, but I still, Anyway, so this I'm recording after 140, and this is like the last episode of the week of the God series that I'm devoting to this experiment on basically getting really high with medical marijuana, and I can't it has gone exceedingly well. I mean I have all of next week's shows done, meaning I can do some other work that I've been wanting to do for a while, and it's been a lot of fun. My mood right now, as a matter of fact, as long as we're continuing to I'm going into Manhattan tomorrow to attend a cannabis parade, but so I want to get to sleep relatively early tonight. But so what I'm going to do is let me do another, and I guess I'm calling these doses because I don't know whether to call them hits or tokes or whatever, but it's more than just medicinal, this cannabis marijuana. It's like spiritual and all, but I dose is the best the word I can come up with, and it's really titration is important if you're going to use this. Microdose, a little throughout the day, rather than just a lot, anyways, hold on. All right, and this is like the 1 to 20 CBD to THC Curaleaf, and they have much better prices than Vireo, if you want to know. I would go into Forest Hills. I don't know what the name of the street there is, but like the train stops right there. You cross the street, it's right there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to, after this, making a vegan pizza, and then I will after because I'm celebrating this day. Anybody who watches who watched the first installment of this series, first of these, I guess, 5 episodes, and I did a few songs, would know that today it started out like I was to the 5th day of a tolerance break, meaning that it's smart to after a while take a break to allow your endocannabinoid system to reset in terms of cannabinoid receptors, CB1, CB2. I think just CB1 is the one you need to worry about. CB2 is CBD. I don't think that I don't think you can develop a tolerance in the same way. But anyway, it's the last 4 days, whatever, were great. But for whatever reason, I wake up this morning feeling not too good, And so I said to myself, all right, let me take a look, because I was planning to take some tomorrow at the parade, before the parade, whatever. And so I said to myself, fine, if I'm gonna then I'm gonna I'm gonna resume the tolerance break, but I actually need to read up a lot more about it, because some people say that to have the system reset completely takes about 3-4 weeks, whereas I have read that 80% of that can occur within a week or so. So I want to, and then some people apparently consume every day, and without feeling the effect of needing more and more, which is what the tolerance is about. Again, I microdose, so so what might so I don't have to increase it all that much when I do. But wow, so I'm feeling the effect of this. This is again 20 THC to 1 CBD. It's it's more of a head high than a body high. And so it makes, sometimes it can make, if you take a lot, it makes it a little more difficult to maintain trains of thought. But, I mean, I have found that, taking a lot, I've done a lot of these episodes with a lot. I mean, I've done a lot today. And so, actually, as an aside, because of that, I can be relatively sure that whether I actually sleep much tonight or not, I will be rested by tomorrow. I want to catch the 10 o'clock, the 9 o'clock train into Manhattan. And because the parade starts at 11. And so, yeah, I would expect, from past experience to be feeling really good also tomorrow morning. And, so that's good. But I'm glad to have done this series, because like a lot of people have a very mistaken notion, understanding of what it's like to consume cannabis. Most people are familiar with liquor, with beer and wine, and or coffee, but because of the decades of misinformation, people have been scared away from this, which is unfortunate for them because it can enhance one's life so much. Yeah, I mean, in my experience, like 9 months into it, after over 30 years of being non-affiliated religiously, I find myself at a Yom Kippur service. And then soon after that, I join a congregation, a community, so like, my life has really, improved dramatically over these 2 and almost half years that I've used marijuana medicinally. And it's really great. So like, but again, the purpose of this series is like to kind of like, one, demonstrate what it's about, but also to instruct to a certain extent. Like it's all about dosing. It's about titration, really. It's like how much, how little do you want to take? Basically the less you take, the better in a certain sense, I guess. Actually, no, sometimes it's good to take a lot because it's kind of like when you drink a lot of wine or whatever on Purim, or the Orthodox Jewish community, yeshivas have a tradition of these farbrengens, which I attended one back in the 80s, and basically the students would get together with the rabbi and they'd all just like drink schnapps and vodka and gin and whatever and study Torah. And like they're pretty, they're pretty high and it's spiritual. So anyway, so this does have that component also, but like for daily use, yeah, it's good to kind of like to microdose. So, and again, I'm glad to have done this series because next week I want to, I mean, God, you may have, I guess I should be talking to you about rather than about you with this. You may have me do something different, excuse me, next week, but I like the plan. Maybe Sunday I will highlight the rest of the book, excuse me, that I'll be working from. Oh, I forgot to look up burp. I wanted to Google burp because I want to learn more about burping. I mean, aside from the obvious, the gas, whatever. But okay, so like, that's an example. Right now is an example of losing one's train of thought. I got sidetracked with this burping, whatever, and talking about the burping, and I forgot what I had intended to say, what I was, finishing saying, which is all right. I mean, you kind of like, this doesn't happen all that often, by the way, also, and it doesn't happen, like sometimes I create pretty complex sentence paragraph structures, a few parenthetical statements here and there, and so sometimes it's hard for me to find my way back to what I'm saying. But it's kind of like, again, this is about setting. So with the right mindset, it's funny. It's like, oh, okay. So, but all right, so I guess I think I remember now. And a lot of times I do remember. I would say out of 4 out of 5 times I remember at least. So yeah, so I want to make that pizza later and then get to sleep and then go to the parade tomorrow. That should be good. And actually, I'm thinking to myself, that doesn't sound like that was the train of thought that I was on. I mean, you might want to like rewind maybe 5 minutes and see if because as I find myself saying it, I say, wait a minute, that wasn't it. I don't know. Maybe you do. All right. So now, and again, like we're going to finish strong. That's, I think I've had enough of the THC dominant. This is like the balanced CBD THC, and which may, kind of like from a philosophical sense, be a healthier ratio of the two, because the CBD is more of a body high, the THC is more of a mind high, so kind of like, melding them together. So, all right, let's see. Okay, well, last time I remember when I did that, 2 episodes back, I think might have been maybe 3, I don't know. I felt so good. I just got really mellow. And so that'd be nice if that happens. But I am definitely looking forward to making and eating that pizza. And while I'm making it, I'm going to be probably with my headset on, listening to Beatles, Mellow Beatles, my Spotify playlist. Let's see what else. I don't really feel like playing bass guitar. Again, I recorded 2 small songs playing bass earlier. But no, I feel like I want to, do a bit more resting. Well, actually, let's figure this out. So, God, what do you want me to do? So, like, you have me listening to Beatles while making the pizza, then you have me eating the pizza, and then you have me, going to sleep, because it'll be like around 10:30, 11. That sounds like a plan. And then I wake up at, I don't I don't have to take a shower tomorrow because I took a shower about an hour and a half ago. And, I'm not planning to run around anywhere. So I can wake up at 8 and make a 9 o'clock train into Manhattan. But I don't like to rush because it takes like 40 minutes to walk to the station if I don't rush. 8:30, that's a more prudent. Oh, I'd like to sing Dear Prudence, but I don't know if I'll get to it. I mean, yes, because it'll take 10 minutes for the pizza to bake or whatever in the oven. So like those 10 minutes, I could do a Dear Prudence if I want. I don't know, God. I mean, like I'll do it. Why not? Sounds like fun. It's a really fun, good song. And yeah, all right. You might want to. How about if I just do the guitar and without the singing? I don't know. I could do both. So yeah, and so like tomorrow I wake up at 7:30 and catch the 9 o'clock into Manhattan. So like I'll be early. I'll be there. The parade doesn't leave until 11, but I still got to get to 42nd, Grand Central to 31st and Broadway. So I think I've got to take a bus, Manhattan, the Fifth Avenue bus. Well, it's not that. I mean, like 42nd to 31st. Give me a break. I should walk that. At 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock. Yeah, I think I prefer to walk. I mean, because I'm thinking like, I'm going to be walking the parade, but give me a break. The parade is only like from 31st and Broadway to what, 10th Street, maybe something like that. It's not a long parade. So yeah, I could use the exercise, and naturally it'll take me again 40 minutes to walk from here to the station. This is a plan. Indeed. And I'm going to be, listening to the Beatles, throughout, I guess, unless I, well, hopefully if I get really good sleep, then, I'll be really energized. Um, and hopefully, sometimes like eating a lot, before going to sleep, can make me sleep, more deeper, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes if I eat a lot during the day and take a nap, I will sometimes get a nightmare because of that. Oh yeah. Not all the time though, thank goodness. All right, so 12 minutes and 20 seconds to go. God, I looked up the word inhale and in the Urban Dictionary to see what kinds of things I came up with. And the first result is like bizarre. It's like, it doesn't have like anything like toke or draw. It had these really weird words that I'd never heard of, and I believe somebody just made them up sincerely. That's how out there they were. But so I still haven't figured out a word for like, so it's a dose, instead of like a hit. But in terms of like, I mean, I may be stuck with inhale for a while. It's very medicinal. It's very, technical, scientific. So, and it's, it's not slang. It's not urban slang. It's like, what people say. So, basically, and relative to like the dosing, you want to start out with let's say a 2-second inhalation, and then wait 15 minutes and see how you feel. If you don't feel that much or anything at all, take another 2-second inhalation, wait another 15 minutes. And that's the way to approach it until when you finally feel something, then at that point you can decide whether you want to stay with that or take another 2-second inhalation and see what that feels like. But that's how you start. People who take way too little and say nothing happened. Well, you probably took way too little. Sometimes people take too much, apparently. They don't, and apparently, the experience is not all that understandable to them, perhaps. I don't know. But yes, like, taking a very small amount in the beginning is what reason and experience, say are the wise way to do this. So this is, again, another public service announcement brought to you by the makers of, brought to you by God, the maker of everything. All right. So, all right, 9.5 minutes left. I'm feeling good. I'm telling you, like when I woke up this morning and I, I missed, I like to wake up and catch my rabbi's sermon. I missed it by about an hour. And because I just wasn't feeling good. I mean, like, last night I went to services, but it was cold. And, but I didn't feel so bad last night, but I felt there was something was changing. Maybe it was in the wind, to get metaphorical or spiritual, perhaps. But yeah, now this morning, or when I finally woke up at around close to 12, close to noon, I just like, I said, all right, now actually what I did is I said, all right, now I'm going to have to work on my happiness. Because like, yeah, I know how to be very happy, but it takes work. So what I started doing, I start meditating, smiling, conjuring up the positive feelings, and it starts working. And sometimes when you get happier, you say, wait a minute, this is good. And actually more would be better. So that's probably my reasoning for when I ultimately decided to start taking more. And then like the idea, God gave me the idea. So I wanted to do, the episodes of the show. So like you're getting totally high. And again, I want to find a good word for that. because again, the first word that comes to mind is blitz, but that's not the right word. Anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to that pizza. So, I was thinking about, this woman that I love again, and God has been so kind to me, because like, it's probably rare to have a love like this, that where you kind of like want, for her best interest, for her to find someone else, someone much younger, more appropriate, but you nonetheless, feel that love, and even though I've been denied, there's people, especially women, I hear, they sometimes change their mind. So who knows? But really, a part of me says, hey, dude, if you really love her, why don't you just like, pray to God that she finds somebody 20 years younger, because like, I don't know. But again, like if God wants us to be together, who am I to say that's not the right thing? Although from my vantage right now, that doesn't seem like what God wants. But God definitely wants me to keep loving this woman. And it's been an experiment, to love a person in a very pure way that's not based on self-interest, not needing, the person's reciprocity. Reciprocity. I don't say that word very often. Reciprocity. So yes, like, and could like, I mean, like, she's such a wonderful person, that her being such a wonderful person, except she's not a vegan, but like you can apply that to pretty much anyone. But like in so many ways, she's so wonderful that makes me happy enough. And like so it's been a wonderful experience, God, and I appreciate your allowing me to experience it. Indeed. And it's funny, you keep, we're supposed to be getting together, and the events keep getting rained out, although not all of them. No, that's no. Again, last night was nice, whatever. Okay. So like it's like I've got 5 minutes about and a little more to talk before I'm done talking to the world on this platform. Yeah, for the week, I think, because unless yeah, I don't plan to publish the Climate Rescue Capitalism series anytime soon, unless I can. I'm going to talk to the studio. But even so, I'm not going to be, doing this every day. Although I do reserve the right to, since it's my program, I'm the producer, I reserve the right to make episode 141 for the week after, and 42, whatever. Indeed. Or I could just like do, I mean, like, I'm so rigid sometimes, like, I mean, give me a break. If I want to do these, they don't have to be connected to the series, to the show that's on White Plains Media. I could just make some videos like and just put them up on Facebook, or on, also on my YouTube, channel. No big deal. So yes, all right. So that's interesting. So like, so I don't know, God just put that thought into my mind. So like, she may be wanting me to talk about something on a daily or every other daily or something basis, in addition perhaps to doing that Climate Rescue Capitalism series. So yeah, maybe, maybe I'll do 2 or 3 episodes next week. I don't know. We'll see. So, but I'm looking forward to making the pizza. Again, it's these pizza shells that I buy at the Dollar Tree for $1. They're very thin. And then pizza sauce that I also buy there, and vegan cheese. I'm not gonna like I could put vegetables and all that stuff, sausage and pepper and onion, but I just want a plain, cheese pizza. Yeah, because like I had, I had cheddar cheese, vegan cheddar cheese on spaghetti with olive oil earlier, and I put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and it was so good. The cheese melted so perfectly. So I got to figure out how to get that done on this. I think I'm going to microwave it for a minute before putting it into the oven for 10 minutes. It's like 425. So yeah. So like, all right. So again, you're having me review what I'm going to do. So I'm listening to the Beatles, doing that. Then you may have me while while it's baking, whatever, those 10 minutes, sing and or play some Dear Prudence, jam on bass to it. So that sounds like a plan, G. I hear thee. God bless us. Okay. So we're just under 2 minutes, and this has been, I hope you have enjoyed this experiment, this in-person demonstration of what it feels like to get really high on medical marijuana. If you have any questions, you don't have to like contact me. I mean, you can if you want to, but like just Google the questions. Like Google is like, Google is the sage. Google is the oracle. You'll find your answers. Make sure though, some sites are silly, some sites, but yes, but God, thank you. This has been very fulfilling and I think instructive and good in a lot of ways. So about a minute left. All right, so thank you for watching, audience. Catch this series every Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on White Plains Community Media Channel 76. If you get Optimum, and 45 if you get Verizon, and I say this every once in a while, if you live in Scarsdale or Tarrytown or Ardsley or Hartsdale or a few other neighboring villages, and you get Verizon 45, you can also see it there. But I upload the episodes to YouTube and Facebook, so catch them there if God wants you to. Only if God wants you to. If God doesn't want you to catch them, I promise you there is absolutely no way you're going to do so. So if you've seen this series, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a good whenever in the day you're watching this, and God willing, I will see you soon.